and welcome everybody to the Playeressence Cross Nintendo Mega Show, rumors galore. And I am Francis, your host, and we have an awesome show for you guys today. So exciting to be a Nintendo fan. I mean, this is some of the most exciting news, that I've heard, especially with all these rumors that we're going to discuss in a while for Nintendo. And this is desperately what they need, especially if a lot of this stuff becomes true. And I wouldn't be talking, about these things if I didn't think a lot of these things are true. So let's go ahead and let's get right into the news here. Okay, so all of these rumors come from somebody named 100-Year-Old Gamer on the IGN message boards, which you actually can't look at right now. As from when I was recording this, they've actually been taken down. But he claims to have inside knowledge, and a lot of the stuff that I'm about to say, it really seems feasible. So that's why, like I said, that's why I'm going to be telling you this stuff here. So let's go ahead and let's get right into the news here. I'm going to say what the rumor was, and then I'm going to give my personal take on it. So the first thing here, we have game updates. Yoshi Wii U is said to be a late 2013/early 2014 title. Games said to be at the E3 show floor will be a new 3D Mario, Mario Kart, Pikmin 3, Wonderful 101, X, Xenoblade 2, Mario and Luigi's Dream Team. So all of this stuff seems very feasible. Of course, that's just the buttering up here. That stuff's going to be feasible. All of those games are going to be on the show floor. That Yoshi game definitely going to be released either this year or next, within the physical year. So we all know that. Pretty standard stuff here. Now let's move on to some of the other things. Now here are the rumored / unconfirmed games. Okay, so Capcom is supposedly working on a new Resident Evil remake from their back catalog, and the only game I can really think of would be Resident Evil 2, because that's the only one that they haven't remade. Nintendo is wanting Picross on the Nintendo 3DS. Now here's where it gets a little juicy. A new Star Fox title is said to be more like Lilac Wars, and it's expected this generation. So definitely not sometime soon. We might not see it at E3, but this generation they are working on a new Star Fox game. A new Star Wars title is expected to be on the Wii U, even though EA and Nintendo are having their little spat. Disney does like the Wii U, so they might be planning to put a Star Wars game on the Wii U somehow. Nintendo has titles that use NFC technology, near-field communication, and that's going to be at a new IP from Nintendo, revealed sometime soon. A new Animal Crossing is expected, but it's way off for the Wii U, just because, Animal Crossing New Leaf is coming out this year. Nintendo tried to regain the Banjo-Kazooie franchise, but it did not work. A new Final Fantasy remake is being developed for the Wii U, so that might be Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy VII, one of those, maybe 8, 9, or 10, we don't know, but apparently a new Final Fantasy game is being developed for the Wii U, a remake. And games that use dual gamepad controls will be announced at E3. And all this stuff is feasible, of course. Nintendo owns the IP for Star Fox, so of course we're going to see that. I mean, Resident Evil, a remake of a Resident Evil, yes, this would be the time to do it. Capcom and Nintendo have a fantastic relationship. I can definitely see Nintendo maybe publishing it in Europe, giving them a little bit of money for marketing and promotion, just like they did with Monster Hunter 3. Nintendo has, for all the BS that comes from other YouTubers and from the American media and American distributors or publishers and stuff like that, the Japanese companies are definitely interested into the Wii U and have had success. So I definitely see a Resident Evil remake being exclusive to the Wii U, at least for a time now. I know Resident Evil 4 was exclusive to the Wii U for a while. There were other GameCube remakes like Resident Evil 0 and other games that came out on the Wii and on the GameCube that were exclusive at least for a time period. So yeah, I can see Capcom working with Nintendo on that. The Star Wars thing with the Wii U, I mean, I don't know about that one. We'll see. EA has exclusive rights, but I mean, I don't know. It's really vague what they said, so I don't know about that. But screw EA. If EA makes it, I'm still not buying it. Animal Crossing is expected. Banjo-Kazooie, that's interesting because Nintendo says that they're trying, this rumor says they're trying to get back the IP, but they couldn't get it. Microsoft has basically killed the IP. The last game was horrible. And, until it gets out of the hands of Microsoft, or until Microsoft decides they want to sell it to somebody who's actually competent in making a platformer, then Banjo-Kazooie is just going to be dead in the clutches of Microsoft. They like to take things and like to kill them. Perfect Dark killed it, you know what I'm saying? They get stuff. They just absolutely murder certain franchises. So there goes Banjo-Kazooie. It's been murdered by Microsoft. So That's that. No Killer Instinct. No, none of the great Conquer. No Conquer. None of the great franchises were made. That was moved over to the Xbox, brand has done well. So, whatever. And of course, Final Fantasy. We talked about that. And yeah, Nintendo said that 2013 will be the year that they announce dual gamepad games and stuff like that, and start maybe selling them individually. So, of course, we can be seeing that. We can be seeing that soon. Next, The Legend of Zelda. The new Zelda title is said to feature a return from for past races like the Goron, Zoras, plus new additional species to encounter. The game is also venturing into a more RPG-like territory without going full-out RPG like Skyward Sword, which is weird to me because I didn't think Skyward Sword was a full-out RPG. There's no leveling, there's no experience points after you beat an enemy. I mean, I don't really see where that comes from. But whatever they do with Zelda, I think the core Zelda games, we all know it's time for something kind of different. It's time for something intuitive. It's time for something, that mechanically that's different. Gameplay-wise, Skyward Sword is very different than any other Zelda game ever made. So gameplay-wise, I think they did a good job of mixing things up. It just wasn't for me as much as it was for other people. But I'm really interested in seeing how they use the gamepad, because I think in a Zelda game with dungeons, and with the bosses, you can really make some interesting boss fights with that gamepad. So hopefully they stick with that method. I would rather see the gamepad than Wii Motion Plus, just because I think Zelda's sales as far as Skyward Sword also suffered because of the Motion Plus, because you had to have that as an attachment, and not everybody had the Motion Plus. I remember when I was working in the mall at the time Skyward Sword came out, and one of my friends was buying the game. One of my friend's moms was buying the game, and she walked out of the store and she saw me and she was like, "Oh, I just got Zelda." And I looked at it, I was like, "Oh, okay, so yeah, that's Wii Motion Plus. You got the Wii Motion Plus?" And she's like, "No, I didn't know you need Wii Motion Plus." I'm like, "Yeah, you need Wii Motion Plus." And she's like, "Oh," she had to go back and buy the little dongle. So a lot of people, might have skipped out on that, or just maybe it wasn't supported, so they just didn't get the game. So hopefully Nintendo just sticks with the gamepad and maybe adds Wii Motion Plus as something extra, but they need to make sure everybody can play the game out of the box. So hopefully they turn that route with Zelda. Next, also very tantalizing news here: hardware revisions and performance. So here's some stuff that they're talking about. The 100-year-old gamer was talking about what Nintendo's planning to do with the actual, hardware, the Wii U itself, the console. Wii U peripherals are expected this year, so that connect to the gamepad. A new Wii U is expected by the end of 2014 with more internal storage, but Blu-ray is unknown. A new Nintendo 3DS is expected, but not within the next 2 years. So a revision like they did with the 3DS XL, but not a whole new console. So that's expected within the next 2 years. So nothing soon that they're going to talk about. Maybe it adds a second analog stick. I don't know. They also denies that the Wii U clock speeds have been increased, but he also says that it's definitely possible with possibly the summer update that's coming in a couple months here. Achievements and linked accounts are said to be coming, but in a different way than anybody else does it. So Nintendo's always had this long stance against achievements. They don't want to be a copycat, Me Too type of thing. We're just putting achievements just in there because a lot of Xbox 360 and PS3 games just have, okay, you open a door, you start the game, and boom, achievement. The best games with achievements add the replay value in, add the challenge into it. So hopefully Nintendo has something in the cooker, maybe that links with Club Nintendo, or it does something to where you get coins and you can redeem stuff, and it's interactive between the real life world and within the game. So hopefully they just do that. I want to see something new. I want to see something innovative with achievements. And I think Nintendo, if anybody's going to do something like that, Nintendo's the company to do that. So hopefully they have something nice for us, because I really think people aren't buying multiplats on the Wii U or as much as they could be because of achievements. I know I like, in games that I like Mass Effect 3, I didn't buy the Wii U version first because it's GIMP, one of the other ones, but if it did have some type of interesting achievement system that linked with Club Nintendo and I can get more coins and something, I think I would have put those problems that the Mass Effect 3 had, I would have put those behind me and still would have purchased the game, just because of those achievements and what it can do for like a unique way. Maybe if Nintendo can innovate somehow on that. So I want to see achievements. I want to see them, like they said, in a unique and interesting way. What's next here? Okay, and Nintendo's working on trying to get more engine support in the Wii U, which is interesting because the Wii U already supports a whole bunch of engines like Unity and CryEngine 3 And Unreal Engine 4 isn't supported for it, but Unreal Engine 3 is. Other companies can maybe support it and support it themselves. So the Watch Dogs engine, you know, lots of stuff that Splinter Cell, whatever that runs on, is supported. The Batman Arkham City, that's Unreal Engine 3. So, I mean, I don't really see what the issue is here. Call of Duty's engine supported on there. So, you know, hopefully there is. Maybe they're working on getting Unreal Engine 4 on there, but Nintendo has a lot of engines running. They just need to continue to talk to third-party companies, Western ones, and hopefully they can put their content on there. Next, we're going to talk about the Virtual Console here. So, Nintendo is expected to show and highlight classic GameCube titles heading to the Wii U Virtual Console. So, man, this is going to be awesome because there is so many GameCube titles. I know a lot of people have been asking for Eternal Darkness because of the whole Shadow of the Eternals thing. So, Eternal Darkness would be good. I mean, getting stuff like Super Mario Sunshine, getting maybe Resident Evil 4, getting the classic games that people didn't get a chance to play, maybe Sonic Adventure 2, games like that could be on there. Lots of stuff. I know Sega's probably going to upload their whole back catalog of Sonic games on there because Nintendo fans like Sonic games. So I definitely see Nintendo doing GameCube titles, and I know Reggie said that he would like to do GameCube titles as well. So I think that's definitely coming at E3. Next, online multiplayer for classic Virtual Console games isn't likely from Nintendo, but third parties will, which I think we've seen this before. I think Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo added multiplayer on the Wii U, on the Wii actually. I think some of them have done that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know some of the Wii games did add online play, so I can see that from third parties as well. Nintendo plans to release classic titles like Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii U eShop, and it's likely at some point. This is a given. They need to release Xenoblade on the Wii U eShop, just because a lot of people, especially before Xenoblade 2 comes out, they want to play that original one. A lot of people can't find a copy of the game where it's so expensive. It's up to $100 on eBay or in stores, and it was only distributed here in America through GameStop, and GameStop sucks. So a lot of people didn't get a chance to play the game, but they want to play it. So I can see Wii titles, classic Wii titles like The Last Story, Xenoblade, Nintendo's first-party games, all going up on there. That's printing money for them. You know, if they can get some extra teams to work on it, get those out quickly, I can see Nintendo doing that very easily. And the next, we're going to just touch a little bit on the Retro's Wii U project. We all know Retro's project is going to be something that's going to push the hardware. We know that it's going to be something that's going to be using proprietary engine that's going to make the Wii U's graphics look fantastic. And you know, this is basically what it says here. It says the upcoming untitled game from Retro Studios is said to be first-person, futuristic, and something everyone wants them to make. That sounds like Metroid to me. And they also are said to be working on a Donkey Kong track for the Mario Kart on the Wii U, which also can be true because Retro also worked on Donkey Kong tracks, or some of the tracks, for Mario Kart 7 on the 3DS. But I agree. I mean, they do need something that's realistic. I mean, if it's first-person, fine, whatever. They took the Metroid series, they made it awesome. It could be a spin-off. Some people were saying that, but I doubt that. I think it's going to be a straight, awesome Metroid game. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I know Retro is really going to push this graphics engine. And, you know, he was saying that he was answering people's questions on there. And some people were saying, well, like, how good is it going to look? Is it going to stand up to PS4 games? And he actually said, quoted, the 100-year-old gamer said, quoted, it's going to make some PS4 games blush. And he also said that if you didn't know, let's just say you saw Retro's project, you didn't know what game it was, you didn't know what system it was on, you didn't know who was making it, people would think that it was on a PS4 or PC or the Xbox or something like that. So, you know, the Wii U is packing some power, and Iwata did say that he needs to prove, that the company needs to prove that the Wii U isn't underpowered, and I think this is what he was alluding to as far as Retro's project when he said that that Nintendo needs to prove that it's not underpowered, and we're going to see soon, so hopefully that's coming. And of course Nintendo has their Nintendo Direct tomorrow as well, so it's very exciting times here. So next we're going to move on to the second part of this Playeressence Cross Nintendo, where we discuss more rumors right after this. Okay, so now we're going to finish it up here on the last half of this mega episode here. And this is the news basically that I wanted to discuss and talk about the most and talk about in depth. And, oh man, the biggest one was definitely the Smash Bros. Rumor that Goku might be in the next Smash Bros. Of course, for some of you guys who don't know, Namco is teaming up with Nintendo to make Smash Bros. For Super Smash Bros. Wii U, whatever you feel like calling it, on the Wii U. And they own the character rights for Goku. So technically speaking, Goku could be in the game. It's if he is in the game. A lot of people are saying it won't work or they couldn't do it. He's too different, and I don't feel that way. I mean, I almost feel it like he'd be something like Lucario or something, but faster than Lucario. I think he'd be something like that. Just really, he shoots fireballs. He can fly like maybe like Meta Knight, maybe not waving like Meta Knight does, but of course you can make him to where he can like hover or he can fly or something like that, and I don't see why he wouldn't be able to work in the next Smash Bros. Game. But of course, Sakurai has always said he doesn't want to have too many characters. He doesn't want to have too many third-party characters. It is a Nintendo game first and foremost, and it's a long shot that Goku gets in there. I know it is, but I think that it would just be cool if they had him in there. I personally would like. I think Naruto would work better than Goku just because of the whole flying thing. You know, because Goku can fly as long as he wants to fly. You know, and obviously in Smash Bros. You can't make a character do that. So that might be a little weird. So I think Naruto would work a little bit better. And I would love to see Naruto in there just because I'm a huge Naruto fan as well. But Goku, hey, Goku's in there. That's fine. That's fine. I think they'll do a good job of implementing him in there anyway. And plus, didn't like Sonic turns into Goku when he gets his Smash Balls. So so I think it'd be a nice transition from Super Sonic to Goku if they did do that. Okay, so the next big one here is the new 3D Mario. And basically the 100-year-old gamer describes the 3D Mario as huge, bigger than any Mario game to date, and looks unlike anything you've seen before. And that is 100% accurate. I can guarantee you guys out there. Trust me, I've heard this before too. I didn't say anything because it's a given. I mean, I heard this rumor back in January or so, around then, that the Mario game is going to be this big, massive game that's unlike anything. Nintendo always does that. All you gotta do is look in the history. You look at the original Mario Bros, then you look at what they went to Mario Bros 3. You look at Mario Bros 3, and then you compare that to Super Mario World. Every single main game, the first entry into the franchise, like into a console, you know, that hasn't been done before, is revolutionary as far as the Mario games go. I mean, you look at from Super Mario World to Mario 64, from Mario 64 to Sunshine, there's always a different hook, a different theme, a big boost in graphics. I mean, Super Mario Sunshine to Mario Galaxy, completely different games. So when I hear rumors like, oh yeah, Nintendo's going to make a game that's huge, bigger than we've ever seen before, and you know, and it's going to be unlike anything, yes, I can believe it, just because of Mario Galaxy. I mean, you saw what they did. Nobody expected Mario to go to space. I mean, I know I didn't expect Mario to go to space, you know, and he did, and it was amazing because they used physics-based, you know, platforming. They used all sorts of, like, the pace was just so good, solving little puzzles on a little planet, blasting off to the next one, you know, secret lands, secret places. It was amazing. So if they're going to take this new Mario game, now they have an HD console like the Wii U. They have the gamepad. You know, they have 25 discs of single layer space, 25 gigabytes of a single layer disc to create a Mario game. They have the graphics power of the Wii U to make detailed environments and worlds. I mean, Mario Galaxy looked amazing on the Wii. I mean, imagine what they're going to do with Mario on the Wii U. It's going to be fantastic, and I really, honestly, these are the times that I'm like, I'm so jittery. I can't wait to see this game, and it's really going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing, amazing game, and I completely believe this rumor. It is going to be huge. It is going to be revolutionary, and people are going to pick up Wii U's. Literally, people are going to pick up Wii U's just to play this game. I can guarantee you guys that it is going to be huge when, and that's going to come out this year. Mario Kart's probably next year. That's going to be. The new Mario is definitely going to be this year. And they're going to come out with Mario Kart next year, Mario Kart U next year, right before the physical year ends, to get a nice bump. Or right before then February or so, or March, just to get a nice bump before the physical year ends for the investors. So I can definitely see a huge Mario game, and it's going to be awesome. And basically this is more talk about Retro's game. Of course, I want to know. I want to ask you guys a question out there. You guys can put it in the comment section below. Do you guys think that Retro's game needs to have multiplayer? Because multiplayer is one of the things that a lot of people said that was missing from Metroid Prime Corruption 3. I would like multiplayer in some form, whether that's co-op, whether that's leaderboards, whether that's some type of competitive way to compare scores or way to play with somebody else. Being maybe they introduce a new character for co-op or something like that, a new bounty hunter. Maybe Samus has a long lost sister or something like that, or a long lost brother that also bounty hunts with her. I think that would be an amazing thing. And I know Metroid's about the solidarity, of being able to be by yourself and going through plans by yourself. But if they could implement it in a way to where you get status updates, maybe almost like the auto log with the Burnout games, or what Criterion does, where you're not in the same game with your friends, but you can see what they're doing, you can see the new high score, stuff like that. If there's some type of thing Nintendo can do with that with Retro's new project, plus the added bonus of it looking amazing and it playing amazing and using the Wii U gamepad in ways that we've never seen before, that's going to be the must-have core title for whether it comes out this year or next year. That's going to be the must-have core title. So there's just so much good stuff that's coming to the Wii U, and really everything that I've talked about in this thing, I wouldn't report it if I didn't think it was true, and a lot of this stuff is going to happen. I mean, I would say 80 to 90% of this stuff is going to happen, maybe a lot more. Of course, we're going to have to wait and see till next year on a lot of this stuff, but I definitely see a lot of this stuff happening, and I really think that this is where Nintendo starts to come back. I mean, especially with a nice big marketing push. I mean, this is where they start to come back when it comes to the Wii U. So we saw them do it with 3DS with their software. We saw them do it with that, silence all the haters. So now it's time for Nintendo to do it with the Wii U. I just want to add one more thing. This pretty much wraps up the show that we have right now. But remember, I have another Playeressence Cross Nintendo special going up. That is going to be for the Nintendo Direct. If you haven't heard the news, Nintendo will be hosting a Nintendo Direct tomorrow, and there is going to be news on the wonderful 101 and summer games being released, plus extra 3DS titles also being released. So Wii U games and 3DS games, Nintendo Direct tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's going to be early for me and very early for some of you other guys. So definitely check that out. And remember, I'm also going to be putting up a huge Playeressence Cross Nintendo after the event. So stay tuned for that. Please like, comment below, subscribe, and check out the main website, playeressence.com, for all your news, reviews, tips, tricks, news on Nintendo. We got all sorts of good stuff going on. Make sure you check out the description as well. We have our Facebook page. When you like us on Facebook, you get our content sent straight to your PC, tablet, phone, wherever you're at. Bam, you can go right to our website, check out all of our content there. Once again, I'm Playeressence Francis. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.